Surah 96, Al-Alaq, the Clot. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Recite in the name of your Lord who created man from a clot of congealed blood. Recite, and your Lord is most generous, who taught by the pen, taught man what he did not know. Nay, surely man transgresses, for he believes himself to be self-sufficient. Surely, to your Lord is your return. Did you see him who forbids? A servant of Allah when he prays. Did you consider, what if he is on the right way and enjoins piety? Did you consider, what if he gives the lie to the truth and turns away from it? Does he not know that Allah sees everything? No, indeed, if he does not desist, we shall drag him by the forelock, by the lying forelock steeped in sin. So let him summon his helpmates. We too shall summon the guards of hell. No, not at all. Never obey him, but prostrate yourself and become nigh to your Lord. Surah 97, Al-Qadr, Power. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Behold, we revealed this Quran on the night of power. And what do you know what the night of power is? The night of power is better than 1,000 months. The angels along with the Spirit descend in it by the permission of their Lord with all kinds of decrees. All peace is that night until the rise of dawn. Surah 98, Al-Bayyinah, the Clear Proof. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Those who disbelieved, be they from the people of the book or from those who associated others with Allah in His divinity, will not desist from unbelief until the clear proof should come to them. A messenger from Allah reciting from purified scrolls, in writings wherein are scriptures absolutely true and unerring. Nor did those to whom the book had been given split up until after the proof of the right way had come to them. Yet all that they had been commanded was that they serve Allah with utter sincerity, devoting themselves exclusively to Him, and that they establish prayer and pay zakah. That is the right faith. Those who disbelieved, be they from among the people of the book or among those who associated others with Allah in His divinity, shall be in the fire and will abide in it. They are the worst of creatures. With those that believe and work righteous deeds, they are the best of creatures. Their recompense lies with their Lord, gardens of eternity beneath which rivers flow. Therein they shall dwell forever and ever. Allah is well pleased with them, and they are well pleased with Him. All this is for him who fears his Lord. Surah 99, Al-Zalzalah, the Earthquake. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. When the earth will be shaken with a mighty shaking, and the earth will throw up all her burdens, and man will cry out, "What is the matter with her?" On that day it will relate all her news, for your Lord will have commanded her to do so. On that day people will go forth in varying states so that they be shown their deeds. So whoever does an atom's weight of good shall see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of evil shall see it. Surah 100, Al-Adiyat, the Chargers. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. By the horses that charge snorting, then raise sparks of fire by their hoofs, then raid by the dawn, and blaze a trail of dust, and penetrate deep into a host. Verily, man is most ungrateful to his Lord, and he himself is a witness to that. And surely he loves riches with a passionate loving. Is he not aware that when whatever lies buried in the graves is overthrown, and the secrets of the hearts are laid bare and examined, surely on that day will their Lord be fully informed about them. Surah 101, Al-Qari'ah, the Calamity. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. The Calamity. What is the Calamity? And what do you know what the Calamity is? On that day, Human beings shall be like scattered moths, and the mountains shall be like fluffs of carded wool in varying colors. Then he who scales way heavier shall have a blissful life, but he who scales way lighter, his shall be the deep pit for a dwelling. And what do you know what that is? A blazing fire. Surah 102, Al-Takathur, Acquisitiveness. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. The craving for ever greater worldly gains and to excel others in that regard keeps you occupied until you reach your graves. Nay, you will soon come to know. Nay, again, you shall soon come to know. Nay, would that you knew with certainty of knowledge what your attitude would lead to, you would never have acted the way you do. You will surely end up seeing hell. Again, you shall most certainly end up seeing it with absolute certainty. Then, on that day, you will be called to account for all the bounties you enjoyed. Surah 103, Al Asr, the time. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. By the time, lo, man is in a state of loss. Save those who have faith and do righteous deeds, and counsel each other to hold on to truth and counsel each other to be steadfast. Surah 104, Al-Humazah, the fault finder. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Woe to every fault-finding backbiter, who amasses wealth and counts it over and again. He thinks that his wealth will immortalize him forever. Nay, he shall be thrown into the crusher. And what do you know what the crusher is? It is the fire kindled by Allah, the fire that shall rise to the hearts of criminals. Verily, it will close in upon them in outstretched columns. Surah 105, Al-Fil, the elephant. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Have you not seen how your Lord dealt with the people of the elephants? Did he not bring their plan to naught? And he sent against them swarms of birds, which smote them with stones of baked clay, and made them like straw eaten up by cattle. Surah 106, Quraysh, the Quraysh. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Since the Quraysh became accustomed to the journey of winter and summer, therefore let them worship the Lord of this house, who fed them against hunger and secured them against fear. Surah 107, Al-Ma'un, Articles of Common Necessity. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Did you see him who gives the lie to the reward and punishment of the hereafter? Such is the one who repulses the orphans away, and urges not the feeding of the needy. Woe then to those who pray, but are heedless in their prayers, those who do good in order to be seen, and deny people the articles of common necessity. Surah 108, Al-Kawthar, Abundance. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. O Prophet, we have surely bestowed upon you good in abundance. So offer prayer and sacrifice to your Lord alone. Verily, your enemy alone has been cut off from the roots. Surah 109, Al-Kafirun, the Unbelievers. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Say, O unbelievers, I do not worship those that you worship. Neither do you worship him whom I worship. Nor will I worship those whom you have worshipped. Nor are you going to worship him whom I worship. To you is your religion, and to me my religion. Surah 110, Al-Nasr, Help. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. When the help comes from Allah, and victory is granted, and you see people entering Allah's religion in multitudes, then extol the praise of your Lord and pray to him for forgiveness, for he indeed is ever disposed to accept repentance. Surah 111, Al-Lahab. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Destroyed were the hands of Abu Lahab, and he lay utterly doomed. His wealth did not avail him, nor his acquisitions. Surely he will be cast into a flaming fire, along with his wife, that carrier of slanderous tales. Upon her neck shall be a rope of palm fiber. Surah 112, Al-Ikhlas, Sincerity. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Say, He is Allah, the one and unique. Allah, who is in need of none and of whom all are in need. He neither begot any, nor was he begotten, and none is comparable to him. Surah 113, Al-Falaq, the rising day. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Say, I seek refuge with the Lord of the rising day, from the evil of all that He created, from the evil of night's darkness when it spreads around, from the evil of the women who blow on knots, and from the evil of the envier when he envies. Surah 114, An-Nas, mankind. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Say, I seek refuge with the Lord of mankind, the King of mankind, the true God of mankind, from the mischief of the whispering, elusive prompter who returns again and again, who whispers in the hearts of people, whether he be from the jinn or humans.